call our next speaker, Dr. Moiz Hussain. Dr. Moiz Hussain is the CEO of Institute of Mind Sciences. He's the pioneer of yoga, Reiki, hypnosis, neuro-linguistic programming, and many such powerful technologies. Founder of the first Yoga Institute in Pakistan, he presently conducts events, workshops, and seminars in Pakistan, India, UAE, Singapore, UK, and USA. He holds 2 doctoral degrees in clinical hypnosis. He is a faculty member of the National Guild of Hypnotists, USA, and the National Federation of Neuro-Linguistic Psychology. Certified Reiki Grand Master and teacher and licensed director of Silver Mind Control, USA. I would like to call Dr. Moiz Hussain, sir, for your session. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Ek to it's always a great treat to listen to Abbas Saab. Mashallah, in the field of education. He is an icon. तो मुझे ये बताया गया था, मुझे नहीं पता मुझे क्यों बुलाया गया. फैसल जाने पता नहीं क्यों बुलाया. कहते हैं हमारे टीचर्स जो हैं और हमारे जो लोग हैं वो उनको ज़रा सा आपने मोटिवेट करना है कि वो अच्छे इंसान बने, मगर आप तो अच्छे इंसान हैं ऑलरेडी. अच्छा, सब्जेक्ट बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है, बड़ा इंट्रीगिंग है. हु एम आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग या. अब हु एम आई पे यू कैन टॉक इन many ways. There are many dimensions, there are many aspects to this theme of who am I. And being today's Iqbal Day, definitely this is very relevant, the topic is very relevant. First of all, will you please, all of you stand up? Turn to your right. Turn to your left. Again come back into your original position. Now the person to your right and the person to your left, tell them you love them. Now sit down. Please sir, बैठें आप लोग. Why did I made you do this? You see, after about 25 minutes to 30 minutes to maximum of 45 minutes, the span of concentration comes down. As a teacher, I did 2 semesters at Muhammad Ali Jinnah Universities on Mind Sciences, and I had all the duffers from the university in my class. My class was so huge, there was no room. So my classes were held in the auditorium. But every single student who did 2 semesters with me overhauled the GPA enhanced tremendously. And everybody was shocked as to what happened. It was very simple. What Professor Abbas is also emphasizing on is it's not what you do, it's how you do that's more important, right? So in your class, remember, you as well as your students, after 25 minutes to maximum of 45 minutes, the span of concentration goes down. So after that, whatever you are saying, learning, interacting, it's not that of important because you hardly absorbed anything. The concentration is less, so you don't absorb anything. So if I was to have a school of my own, I would have a break after every 30 minutes. And in my workshop, I do that. Every 30, 40 minutes, there's a break. Now, again, we follow a system, so we can't do it in your school. Forget about it. Now, who am I? Oh, this echo is whenever I'm under a speaker, it gives an echo. So who am I? I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer it at the loudest possible voice. Who are you not? Can anybody tell me who are you not? आप क्या नहीं है? Loudly, one person. Huh? What are you not? You are not hypocrite. Okay, what else? What are you not? God. Okay, what else? Spy. You are not an animal? Are you? You are not a bird? You are not an insect? You are not a cloud? You are not a fire? Who are you? What? Insan. A human being. Prove it to me. Prove it to me that you are a human being. You can't. You need a lifetime. You can never prove you are a human being. See, you some people say, I am a soul. Prove it. You can't. You know why we can't prove it even if we are a soul or a human being? It's because we have been told that we are a human being. That's it. We have been told that we are a human being, right? But to be a human being and to qualify as a human being are two different things. So just being known as a human being is not enough. So we know that we are something, and whatever we are, we call ourselves as a human being, as a soul, as Ashraful Makhlukat, as a man, as a woman, is because we have been told that we are a human being. So whatever you think you are is what is in your mind. A student stands up and says, I cannot talk in public. I cannot give my presentation. I feel nervous. What if I forget? So that reality is in his thought. If the thought were to be changed, then the reality would change. Reality, जिसको हकीकत कहते हैं, is made up of thought and emotions. Everything doesn't become real. हर चीज real नहीं बनती. But अगर कोई thought के साथ, कोई suggestion के साथ, कोई मशवरे के साथ जो बैरून दुनिया से आपको मिलता है, उसके साथ emotions linked हो, strong emotions, it becomes a thought pattern and eventually it becomes a reality. So the moment we say, who am I, we need to understand that I am what I am in my thought. Is a blue color blue? No. Somebody called it blue, so we call it blue. What if you and I decided, no, this blue color should be called green, so it becomes green. So we all have personal realities, and our lives are based on those personal realities. As teachers, you have your own realities. How to make them study, how to conduct a class, how should I teach, what should I teach. Then you have your perceptions, your paradigms, your mindsets. And remember, all this is nothing but living in a box. How many of you have seen Interstellar? How many of you have seen Matrix? Matrix is a very old movie. Most of you have seen it, right? We all live in a matrix. And to us, this matrix is real. It is not real. Yesterday we had a session, and my daughter was there in the session, and she gave a beautiful, beautiful example. She was talking about quantum physics, and one of the latest things that has come out is that when you touch someone, you actually can never touch anyone. You don't touch anyone. You just apply the pressure. Because between you and that person, there's a very thin line of energy and space. अगर आप reality में किसी को touch कर सको, तो आप उसकी तरह बन जाओगे. Weird, right? The moment you touch, you become that person. So I should be grateful to Allah for keeping that space between two people. So if you are touching someone, you are basically applying pressure, but in reality, you are not touching that person. You cannot touch anyone. You cannot touch anything. There is space between you and the thing that you touch. अगर ना होती तो हम वो चीज़ बन, मैं टेबल को टच करूँ, मैं टेबल बन जाऊँ. Right? Because exchange of molecules takes place. And I can become a table. But think about in a different term. It is through your feelings that you can actually feel the pain of the other person. This is called empathy. तो टच से नहीं, फीलिंग से होता है. किसी का दर्द समझने के लिए अपने दिल में वो दर्द हो, तो आप किसी का दुख, किसी का दर्द, किसी की खुशी समझ सकते हैं अगर आपके हो. So what you need to do, मैं थोड़ा सा ऑफ ट्रैक भी जाऊंगा because I think जाते जाते कुछ चीज़ें भी देता जाऊं, आपको हेल्प करेगी. In a class, you have students of different mental levels, from maybe different backgrounds, different mindsets, different belief structures, बहुत different किस्म का. How do you make them one? How do you make them one? Resonant कैसे करे? The entire class resonates on one level. Talk about something that is similar. Talk about something that every child wants to hear in a class. It depends, regardless of what subject you are teaching. The way you start a class regarding its maths or its algebra or English or history or geography, the way you start is first build a rapport in the class. The first thing is rapport. And one of the things that you can ask your students is, maybe from maybe tomorrow if you have a class, when you are in a class, ask them, who am I? Who are you? Make them think. Think what they really are. So rapport is extremely important. There are many ways of building a rapport. Rapport is also called a relationship. So you have a relationship. Maybe you are in the class for a year. You have a relationship with those students for 1 year. You need to build up a rapport so that the students are able to absorb whatever you are teaching, sharing, and they're able to understand and apply it in their life. Like Professor Abbas was saying, it's not just a matter of how much you learn. Kitna yaad karo, kitna ratta bajao, and the next time there's exam, you put everything. This is also a recorder, but you're not supposed to use your brain as a recorder. You use your brain to understand, to perceive, to analyze, to cognize information, which students are not able to do. So coming again back to, who am I? So if you are a human being, where is this human being? Here. If I was to change that, I remember once I hypnotized a gentleman, and I said, 1, 2, 3, the count of 3, you are a Chinese. That man started speaking in Chinese. It was not perfect Chinese, but he thought he was Chinese, so whatever he could utter words, he started uttering. So the reality is what you have in your mind. So if you think you're a good teacher, you're a good teacher. If you think you're not a good teacher, you're not a good teacher. So what you want to be 5 years from now on, 3 years from now on, maybe get married, have kids, you're already married, you want to work on your kids, you want to work on your students, you want to work as your career with this organization, you need to change your thoughts. Your thoughts create reality. अक्सर एक example देता हूँ how thoughts work. Living in this culture, we are influenced a lot by the Indian mythology and the Indian beliefs, the Hindu beliefs in the Hindu mythology. One of the things that came from there is that if a black cat crosses the path, bad luck will strike, right? Most of us believe that Kali Bili rasta kaategi kuch na kuch hoga, fauran sadka do. In England, if they see a black cat in the morning, it's a sign of good luck. So strange. But let me see how your neurology works and how your thoughts changes your feelings as well as influences your nervous system. And remember, your nervous system determines how good you are, how good as a teacher you are, how good as a mother or a father you are, how good as a business person you are, how good you can make decisions, how you can take a stand in times of calamity and challenges. Your nervous system determines that. And something else I remember, Alfred Krobowski once said, God may forgive you for your sins. है ना? Allah, Rahman or Rahim. God may forgive you for your sins, but your nervous system won't. Whatever you have been thinking in your mind all the time, your nervous system is going to repay you. It's going to give you back. So just an example of a black cat. Let's say I'm in a culture where I've been told by my grandma, my grandfather, that if a black cat crosses the path, bad luck is going to strike. So one day I'm on my motorbike, going to my school or office, and suddenly a black cat crosses my path. गौर से सुनिएगा, this is very important. अम्मी ने कहा था काली बिल्ली रास्ता काटेगी तो कुछ ना कुछ मुश्किल आएगी. मैं मोटरसाइकिल पे जा रहा हूँ, काली बिल्ली ने रास्ता काटा. जैसे मेरी आंखों ने बिल्ली ने देखा, अच्छा बिल्ली के ऊपर लिखा है कि वो बिल्ली है, कोई टैग होता है? नहीं होता ना. तो मुझे कैसे पता चला वो बिल्ली है? हाँ, थॉट. बिल्ली का इमेज आंख लेता है. आंख कुछ नहीं देखती. किसने कहा आंख देखती है? ना आंख देखती है ना कान सुनते हैं, सिर्फ दिमाग देखता है, दिमाग सुनता है. तो आंखों के लेंसेज के जरिए इमेज गया ब्रेन में. ब्रेन ने अपनी हार्ड डिस्क में से ढूंढा कि ये क्या है इमेज, और हार्ड डिस्क में जो पुराने इमेज था काली बिल्ली का वो आ गया. उस इमेज के साथ फीलिंग आ गई, अम्मा नाना दादा की बातें आ गई. जैसी बिल्ली को देखा, आंखों ने देखा, ब्रेन ने उसको प्रोसेस किया, और एकदम से मेरी आंखों के गिर्द एक हल्का सा अंधेरा आ गया. सामने गड़ा था, मैंने देखा नहीं. मोटरसाइकिल गिरी, अंदर से आवाज आई, अम्मा सच कहती थी. So the moment you say it is difficult, actually it is difficult. You create your own reality by your thoughts. And you say this work is easy, I can do it, it becomes easy for you. So whatever you think, you are and you become like that. So the first thing you need to do is to change your thought. So when you start changing your thought, there are three things I want you to think about today. And this is, I believe, is what I want to share with you. First, know yourself. Who am I? If I am a human being, it's in my thought. But do I qualify as a human being? Do I live like a human being? There's a criteria for being a human being. Do I fulfill this criteria or not? कुछ शराइत है इंसान होने की ना.